Hey everybody, we're going to stray a little bit from yoga today and do a few pickleball stretches. Have you joined the craze yet? I love playing pickleball. It has been just such a breath of fresh air. You can play indoors, you can play outdoors, you can play singles, you can play doubles. It's very social, it's very, very fun. So if you haven't tried it, look it up, find it, and give it a try. But with all racket sports, it's always very one-sided. So we're going to focus on getting both sides stretched out. These stretches you can do before or after you play. If you do them before, make sure you warm up by walking a little bit first. Don't go into any stretches cold. And then focus on taking that minute or two to stretch after the fact. So I'm going to put the racket down. And here we go. We'll start from the top, work our way down. No particular order, that just is seemingly the right way to do it. So I want you to stand, roll your shoulders back, press your shoulders down, take a deep breath. With those shoulders relaxed, drop your ear to one shoulder. Very carefully come back to center and switch sides. Come back to center, give those shoulders a little bit of a roll, and we're going to start with one hand forward, fingers up. Take your other hand and very gently pull back. Push forward through the heel of your hand and release it. Wiggle your fingers like you're playing the piano, and of course switch sides. Other hand, fingers up, pull back gently. And release it. Wiggle your fingers. One more for the wrists. Take that first hand, turn your fingers up, turn your thumb up, and then turn your thumb out. This might be enough to get that stretch, but those of you that want to try it, reach through, grab that other thumb and pull back just a little bit. Just opens up those wrists. Don't crank on your thumb, just gentle pressure. Then release it, wiggle your thumb, turn your hand down, come to the other side. Palm up, thumb out. And again, stay here if you need to, otherwise reach through, pull that thumb gently back, gentle pressure, not cranking on it, just pulling a little bit. And if that doesn't work for you, don't do it. Release your thumb, rotate your hand, and wiggle your fingers. Let's take one hand straight up in the air, bring that palm right into the middle of your back. Opening the shoulders, now you can use the other hand to push your elbow up. If you have the flexibility, bring your hand up and pull your elbow toward your head. Now, as you pull that arm in, I want you also to push your elbow up. So you're elongating the spine and the body, opening your chest, squeeze your shoulder blades together. Take a nice deep breath. Exhale, release, and switch arms. So the other arm comes up, hand right in the middle of your back. Either press or pull. Line that body up. Be aware of how one side feels versus the other. Sometimes one side is a lot tighter, so you might want to stay there for another breath. Inhale here, and exhale. Release there. Now, one of my favorite stretches is to bring those hands to the middle of your back. Hold one hand in the other, or lace your fingers, or if your shoulders are so tight that doesn't work, you can grab a strap. So we're going to take this strap, and it can be a belt, it can be a tie, it can be whatever you have that's strap-y, or it could be a towel. And hold that strap just so you can feel that stretch happen across your chest. So hold there, and then if you are able, lift away from your tailbone. Keep lifting, keep pressing away, and then release it. One more time. Inhale, push away from your back. And release. Roll your shoulders a little bit. You can get rid of that strap. Wiggle your fingers a little bit. That upper body is loose and ready to go. Now we'll switch to the lower body on a wall. I want you to, hands up on the wall, one big step back. So we're just doing a traditional calf stretch. I'm going to turn sideways so my back is not to you. And you could use a wall or a ledge if you don't have something to face. You can always go sideways. So hips press forward. Check that front knee. It's right over your ankle. You don't want to be overloading your knee. So straight up and down here. Back heel to the ground if you can. If you can't, don't force it. Don't bounce. Keep your shoulders square to that front foot. And then a nice switch. Big step back. Reposition here. Bend that front knee. Hips press forward. Front knee is over your ankle. Maybe over your shoelaces, whatever seems to be right, but please don't extend out over your knee, or over your toes, I'm sorry. Take a breath. And step that forward. Moving up, let's get those quads. Bring one heel up behind you. Watch the knees. You want your knee to point straight down, not out to the side. If you're that tight, if this doesn't work for you, find a chair, a park bench, or you could back up to the wall and just bring your foot up. If you do that, make sure you press your hips forward so you get that nice quad involvement. So nice posture here, whether you're on some stable surface or you're holding on to your ankle. Knee pushes down, hips press forward, crown of the head reaches up. Take a breath and exhale. We're going to turn around to do the other side and bring the other heel up. While you're holding this stretch, knee pointing down, hip pressing forward, crown of the head reaching up. I want to tell you one thing I don't want you to do, and that is reach across to the opposite knee. Now, some of you might have that flexibility to line your heel up with your hip, but usually when people do that, they're crossing over and torquing that knee. So you don't want to twist your knee. We need our knees. So hold on to that stretch, lift nice and high, nice posture here. Relax and set that foot down. Now this one you can do, put your back against the wall, the bench, whatever you have, and we're going, or you could do the seated too. Bring one foot up and across and sit into it a little bit. You might have to make a few adjustments. Balance on that top leg and just lean into it. So on this stretch, we're not going for the ground. We're going for stretch through the glutes, through the outer thigh. You might have to slide your foot out a little bit, but sit into it just a little bit. Use that wall, and obviously if you're using a bench, hopefully it's a park bench that's not going to move. Lean into it just as much as you want to. Try not to push on this knee. Remember, we're balancing here. As you roll up, set that foot down. Switch sides. The other foot comes up. Line yourself up. Take a breath. Exhale. Push into it. Nice, easy stretch through the outer thigh, through that hip. Neck is neutral. Easy on this knee. We're not pushing down. Roll up slowly. Set that foot down. Bring yourself away from the wall. Let's take one last stretch here. Lace your fingers. Turn your palms forward. Round your back and really go for that C-shaped curve. Tailbone tucked under. Chin under. Take a nice deep breath. Inhale all the way up. Stretch out nice and long. Exhale. Release. Now you're all ready to go play, or you're all done and you can go get that cup of coffee, big glass of water, and have a great day. Thanks for joining me again. See you soon.